Matoke. Let's keep on Matoke.
How you do it? Stop calling people Matoke. You're calling people banana.
Yo.
Hello.
What's up? What is that on your head?
It is my very festive Merry Christmas Alice Band Santa Claus reindeer.
Wow.
It's very cute.
Wow.
I mean, it will be mine for the duration of this podcast, and then as soon as I get her hands on it, it will no longer be mine.
And then she'll like use it for 2 seconds and throw it away.
Or it'll just break.
Yeah.
And then it'll be my fault that it broke.
Yeah.
Mama, what did you do to my Alice band? Anyway, I thought it was very cute. And like, it's the first Christmassy thing I've ever bought.
I wonder what an African version of that would be.
An African version?
Yeah, because I mean, we don't.
Is there an African version of Santa Claus?
Yeah, Father Christmas.
That's actually true.
Oh, Father Christmas.
I don't think so.
Because
This
I'm like,
beanie thing. What's it called?
That. It's hot, bro.
It's hot.
That's what I'm saying. What would be an African version of the stuff?
You're wearing shorts, those like dad sandals, you know, those where the feet are dry.
But then what are the elves wearing?
Thick. Are they elves?
That's what I'm saying.
Or are they like Tigoloshis?
They're loying
so
things.
Wrong. Speaking
they
of
loying things.
Speaking of African versions of Christmas,
Yeah.
so I kind of have 2 songs of the day. So we're doing things a bit differently to wrap up the year.
Yeah.
But the first song of the day, so we had this album by, actually I think everyone knows that Christmas album by Boney M. I used to say Bonnie M.
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Everyone said that in SA.
I thought it was Bonnie M, and then I met a guy who I like highly respected, and he was like Boney M, and I was like, could that be right? Because like
you and these people of yours that
I know
that say stuff just because they're prominent.
I know. No, he wasn't prominent. He was just
For
like
you.
It was just like a really smart, super creative guy. And I thought, and he was like, oh, Boney M. Then when I read it, I'm like, it is Boney. So that probably is Boney. Anyway, that's besides the point. But that Christmas album, they were the Black ABBA.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's that Christmas album.
But that's all they did though.
What?
Christmas songs.
No, they
I'm
didn't.
kidding.
How
we
dare
only
you?
know like who engaged with them throughout the year.
We did. Well, we had 2 Boney M albums. We had the Christmas one and the other one that had like By the Rivers of Babylon.
It's even called the other one.
I forgot. I think it was like gold or something.
Those people have houses from Christmas songs.
Listen.
They paid their kids school fees from Christmas songs.
Like,
everything else was just a hobby.
Yeah. But there's that song on the Christmas album. Well, I don't think it's theirs.
Yes.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. I'm obviously singing that my whole childhood. And then one day in like grade 5, I'm like
Christmas
white
is
Christmas?
not white.
Hold on. This is not my reality. And like I'd watch the Christmas movies and they go, it's snowing, Santa. Now it's really Christmas. And I'm like, I realize that Christmas for me is different.
It's like the kids at church when we play the Christmas videos and they're all watching. And then every year you'll hear one. Where's our snow?
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't do that over here.
You are in Africa, my child.
We don't do that over here.
If it snows, just know like Jesus is coming back. Something is up.
Something bad is happening if it snows on Christmas Day in South Africa.
Yes.
I don't know about like up north, but I know for us in the South, that's not going to happen. You know, so anyway, so I don't know what the Father Christmas of South Africa would wear, but definitely not these beanie things because it's hot.
Papa Christmas.
Maybe like a sporty or something. Like what you wear.
Yeah, he must.
But would an old black man, he'd probably be black, right?
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's not wearing a bucket hat.
I mean, he should.
I don't know. Maybe like a top hat.
You should. Yeah. Now it's formal. Pella, this is December. We chilled.
I know, but I don't know. I didn't grow up with older men in my family, so I'm stunted in that department.
What's your song, Lily?
Oh, yeah. My actual song, which ties to the theme of this episode, the last one for 2023, from the NUBONS, is actually like, unless you grew up in a house.
It's our final episode.
It is.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yes.
Wild.
But like we're only like how many? 2 months old? 3 months old?
Go back. Yeah.
So, I mean, on the couch with the newborns.
Yes.
We launched what? Like, I don't remember. Beginning of October or something. So,
like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so my actual song of the day.
Yes.
Right? Like, will only be recognizable to our listeners and viewers who are living with small children or who engage in content made for very small kids.
Aye, but the song is famous.
It's the hit song by the one and only Cocomelon. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for the things I have. The thank yous never end. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? And then I don't know where it goes.
Hey, I'm waiting for the
and then
Zulu.
he's there with his PK.
For the Zulu version.
You can make it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, let's go.
Anyway.
Let's see.
I will see.
So the reason why that
Danko,
is
danko,
the
danko. Danko. Oh, danko,
you know, all it takes is for you to make that sound pop on TikTok and be in. So make it happen.
We're doing it. I'm Danko.
So I mean, yeah. So that song, it ties to the theme for this episode.
Yes.
Which is really just about gratitude, man.
Yes.
Yesterday was Christmas Day.
Come on
you
now.
know, if you're watching this,
You're
probably
eating, come on.
gammon, if that's what your family does, or turkey. I don't really get turkey, but you know, whatever it is. But you're snacking on the leftovers from yesterday.
Yes.
That you're like so happy that I'm so glad I packed this. Because you know, there's a point on Christmas Day when you eat so much and then like you kind of regret it. And like I've done that where people are like, oh, I'll take leftovers. But because in that moment I was so full,
You feel like a
it was
leftover
disgusting.
yourself.
I was like, I'm leaving it. Then the next day I was like, damn it.
I should have.
I still regret not eating dessert at my matric dance because I was busy dancing
Yeah.
and I was
Hey,
full.
did you had fun?
I did.
I regret having a metric
Ish
dance.
flag. Yeah.
Anyway.
I think you told Ish. Yeah. Anyway, it's fine.
Anyway.
So yeah, if while you're enjoying your leftovers,
Yes. I realize we might be an escape for other people. Like you watching this because you in the car escaping your family.
that's also fine.
You ran away from your drunk uncles and you're like, I'm just going to the shops, and now you outside of whatever Pick and Pay, Macro, and you're watching this, thinking, I'm gonna go back home when this episode ends. You are welcome.
You are welcome in this place.
Very welcome in this place. We've unleashed you in this place.
Sit back and relax. Turn on the AC.
Come on now.
And get comfy. So
Yes.
it was just a thing of, obviously that song is a kiddie song.
Yeah.
But the idea is good. You know, thankfulness, gratitude. And by that, I don't mean this irritating, let's pretend nothing is wrong, gratitude.
Just live.
Like,
Grateful.
you know, where,
Because you have lost.
like where you're like, I'm so frustrated. I got wet in the rain. Just be thankful you have clothes.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Other
okay.
people don't have clothes. Then I'm like, other people have walk-in closets. How's about that?
Other people have garages which lead straight into their houses, so they never get wet in the
How's
rain.
about that?
Like,
Think about all the starving kids in
No.
Africa. No, think about all the kids who are eating well in Sweden.
yo,
What about that?
with their amazing healthcare
Come on now. It's king.
and brilliant transport
Can you just
system.
let people feel what they
Yeah, so it's not that kind of gratitude and thankfulness. What it is, so I had read a book which was explaining what gratitude does to you, and it's concepts that I think a lot of us have heard before. I had heard them before, but I actually hadn't put them into practice.
Yeah.
So it was the kind of thing where the example the author gives is, you know, where you ever have a day which just starts out bad and then just keeps getting, like, you wake up late, you stub your toe, you spill your
We
coffee.
have a name in our family for that day, but we're not going to say.
We do?
When you're having a day, you need to quit.
Oh! Yes. A day that's named after someone in a situation who wouldn't quit.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
you're having that day.
Yes, let it go.
You need to quit.
Yes. And so those days happen. We're now like, and then you burn yours. And then it just feels like everything just does this decline. And so she's saying like how that can really mess with your mind in terms of like how your outlook for everything. So maybe a meeting would have gone badly no matter what, but because of the state of mind you're in, which is one that's very negative, frustrated, angry, resentful, all those things, now a bad meeting becomes, everything sucks, my life sucks, you know what I mean? And I am a professional at doing that, as I think a lot of us are. And so she's like, you know, this is where gratitude can come in, where you intentionally look for things that to be grateful for in that moment. And she's like, what she advises is you start big, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm thankful that we have electricity. And in that particular hour there's no load shedding. You know, but like you start with the big things like the birds and all of those things, and then you kind of like, you know, filter it down to being thankful for the fact that, I don't know, you had a really great chat with your friend last night, or, you know, your colleague is better from whatever the thing is, just so that it lifts your energy and kind of changes your mindset, which can literally change your whole day, which is what has happened to me. So it's like you're not acknowledging the things that are wrong, but for the sake of your own mental well-being, it's practicing gratitude, and therefore you put yourself in a state to receive sort of more goodness in like how you engage with life in that day. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to gratitude. It's not ignore what's going on, but also don't dwell on what's happening. Acknowledge it, but let's see what's there that's actually good.
Yeah, an honest reflection.
Yeah.
I'm honestly reflecting on things that I should be and I can be.
Yes.
Thankful for. Because it does, man. It changes how you engage with everything else.
Yeah.
Because if everything sucks, well, then guys, everything's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like even stuff that is not sucking at that moment, but you're gonna approach it with that kind of attitude.
Because you'll find a reason for it to suck.
Yep.
Like,
you know?
I went for a swim, but the water was so cold.
Yeah. And it's like, okay.
You know what I mean?
Thanks, bro. Yeah.
Why does my friend talk so much? Like, I don't know. You can just complain and just kind of be in that way. And so that's what I wanted to sort of explore in this episode. And hopefully somebody who's watching this, who may be a bit of a, you know, festive season Grinch, which I kind of used to be as well.
You used to be a Grinch. You used to be a hater. You
Not
used
a hater.
To be a Christmas
yes, a hater is such a, like...
Hater. Why are you a hater, Lily? Why are you hating?
A hater puts the label that what I'm thinking is wrong. What if what I'm thinking is right? Now I'm a hater. I'm already wrong.
I've never
no matter what I say, but that's why I'm saying that don't put it as a hater.
For me, a hater is just somebody who's just like, this thing sucks and shit, whatever.
Yeah, but what if there's truth to why it sucks?
Why does Christmas suck?
No, really? So here's the thing. Né? First of all, the Grinch. So you know the Grinch, like... Someone actually said, guys, the Grinch just wanted to be left alone. I kind of relate to that. I was like, actually, this man was minding his own business. And then the people of who are just in his space. Like, of course he's going to be annoyed. But anyway, no. I think what happened was, so growing up, festive season, obviously I was a child. You know, you didn't have to think of bills and all of that stuff. And, you know, Christmas was also very simple for us because we're a small family. So we kind of knew what would happen every year.
Yes.
And then I think when we got married, particularly when we had Zaya, that's when it's not that like Christmas, like, and I'm talking about Christmas Day, right? So, because I think in our family, at least in mine, like, Christmas Day is very important, like the specific day. I'm like, well, you could have Christmas on like the 24th, but no, Christmas Day, that specific date. So I think what happened was just...
For you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what happened was blending, like feeling like we have to blend traditions, or whose house do we go to, and then we haven't been in a situation where we had a big enough space. I mean, listen, you can accommodate whoever you want in whatever space, but to accommodate people the way I would want to, where it's like, okay, cool, where you can have a big enough space and comfortably everyone can come. I remember we used that our friend's house that one year, which was really cool, you know. So then doing like sort of setting up a new like our tradition became difficult to establish. So I think what happened was, because also I'm an overthinker, you know, the feeling of I need to make everybody happy, and everyone wants this thing to be this, and this your mom wants this, and your aunt wants this, and my mom wants this, and my sister, and it's just like it just felt a lot. So Christmas Day would bring with it a lot of anxiety. Where I remember I used to have this thing like I wish I could just go to bed on the 24th and wake up on the 26th, so we don't have to like manage everyone, and then by the end of it I'm like so finished, you know, or it's like, oh, that was actually nice, but the build-up was so stressful. So I think that's what kind of I was slowly becoming like a cringe without realizing it, just because it just felt like a lot of pressure to do stuff, and because now we married, and you know, yeah, all of that stuff. So that's really what made it stressful. But I think in 2022, the Christmas Day, like I really tried to make it sort of more about us, more about Zaya, and like start doing a little bit of tradition that I could.
What did we even do?
Well, like, because like the Christmas tree was awkwardly placed, I hid her Christmas present. Well, hid it.
We had a Christmas tree.
We did, a teeny tiny one.
Oh.
You know, so even that, like, because you were like indifferent about a Christmas tree, I was like also indifferent. But then I realized, no, I want a Christmas tree. So we got a little one.
Yeah.
And so just trying to do a little bit of like tradition. She woke up and she had to look for her present, which was literally on top of the microwave. But it was like so exciting for her, you know, and taking pictures, and it was nice, you know. So I think I just had to find my footing, which I still am.
Yes.
Finding my footing. So that's why I think I became a cringe.
And okay, bro. And I've said this, and you still don't believe me, but I'm like, I thought, yeah, it's whatever, bro. And here's the thing, I'm like, the thing I'm like, yeah, I have to do on Christmas, and it wouldn't matter what time. Like I just have to go to my grandmother's house and show face. That's it, you know. So I'm like, even before we got married, and you know, when I wasn't living at home, when it's Christmas, I'm like, I'm probably with Kula, and I'm like, I dog, we'll go to your mother's house, just be like, happy. We'll get a plate of food, we'll chow, and we'll bounce. Go to my grandmother's house, happy. Cool, let's go hang out then. Right? Or maybe if we're there and we're like, this seems like it's a vibe, we'll hang out here, whatever. Right? But yeah, and so I'll tell you why I would become a proper Grinch for Christmas. I hate the pressure. I hate it, because then I'm like, it's like we all come up and we all like, this thing is gonna suck. We need to do this. Okay, we need to move plates. Okay, organize this person. Let's move here.
Be happy.
Who's gonna be here? Yeah, okay. Put this one in the clothes. Let's put a tree there. Let's put a tree. This is tiring. Eat. Okay, now we have to clean. Okay, we'll take it. 26. Wow, that was so nice.
Let's watch On the Couch with the Newborns.
We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again next year. And then closer to Christmas, we don't want to do this. Why did we want to do this? Okay, but we have to do it. Okay, let's do it again.
Hey!
I'm like, dog, like, come on, bro. Guys, can we just be like, hey, man, let's go get Nando's. And
there was a year I would have been very fine with just pizza.
Let's get pizza and just chill, bro, and watch a movie. It's okay. If you cats want to buy presents, buy presents. If you don't, you don't. It's fine, bro.
But I think there is also, because now you talk about with Kula and like just going house to house. It's different. Like you were like a single young man then. Now it's like you have a wife, you have a kid. I feel like there's more of a, like we wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't want to just hop from house to house with my kid doing that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So I think the expectation is different within our families, because it's like, oh, like, I don't know.
I mean, we're still hopping, because I'm like, half of the day we spend with your family, then by the evening we drive to my grandmother's house. That's fine, bro. But I'm just like, I don't want the stress. Like,
anyway, it's one day.
So that's the thing. Why are we stressing about one day?
Because for some people, it's extremely important.
Sheesh, bro. So I'm like, maybe what we should do, even for us, is just say like every 5 years we have a big Christmas, and then we plan
5 years.
In Jan of the 5th year, right? And then we like slowly plan. So by the time we actually get to December, we're not freaking out. But like if we said somebody's going to cook, you know, we've already been giving them 20 rands throughout the year to buy the groceries.
But you see, that stressed me because now for the next 4 years, I'm stressed about the 5th year that I have to deliver this big celebration.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fine. It's probably just selfishness and wanting to do things on your own terms all the time, which is never going to be.
Sure.
Anyway. So anyway, that's our little Christmas rant.
We're thankful for Christmas.
So wherever you're listening to this from, you know, you're on either side of the fence.
You're stressed right now. you didn't want yesterday to happen.
Now they're not stressed. They're probably relieved that it's done.
Yeah, sure.
You know, or they're stressed about how much money they spent on food and stuff for people. I don't know. In Christmas clothes. Anyway, so Black, what are you thankful for?
For this whole year.
Yeah. I mean, it's, yeah.
I mean, again, I think the biggest thing is being, and I said it, I said it somewhere, right? But just like coming to like dream again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thankful for that. Like, yeah. I didn't see it happening the way it happened this year. But yeah, like I think it's such a cool thing that I'm like, I didn't tell you this, but the other day I was like, what was I listening to? There's a song I did that I lost. Yes.
That's devastating.
When I was still at my mother's house. Remember a song I did with, I think it was 4 or 3 characters.
Hold on.
So it was basically like it was a story and how these characters like interact. Like I forgot the concept, but I remember it was like you find out probably like the 4th verse, you know, that like the 4th character was like somehow related to that. Anyway. And I thought that song was dope, right? And then obviously lost it, whatever, did other songs over the years. Music became what it is. And I was listening to some other guy's song recently, and it was similar to that. And I was like, Joe, why do I want to make music?
Oh, wow. Wow.
But I've been very clear, even in that moment, I was like, I'm not making music to sell music, bro.
Maybe just for fun.
Yeah, for fun. So, but the possibility of dreaming again. And so even in that moment, just being able to like feel my brain, my heart, my imagination moving again. And it's like, wow, this would be cool. We'd do this, we'd move this, you know? And then I'm like, yeah, man, this is what like just dreaming is supposed to be, you know? Obviously, to bring your dream to life, then you have to dress it up with all of these other things that bring the problems. You know? So resources, the money, the time, the studio, etc., you know, whatever. But your dream has to come alive through those things. So I'm grateful for the fact that, man, like, yeah, you know, after having like probably the worst 3 years ever, that I could be at the end of 2023 and say, yo, like, I've been dreaming, man, and it's been dope. So that's one thing I'm grateful for.
It made me think of one of my songs from the last project I did, Little Girl. If you want to look it up, Lily Million Little Girl. I wrote that song in, I think, 2018. And it's about, I mean, the imagery, I'm talking about myself, but really it's about the fact that this girl doesn't know her name anymore, doesn't know how to dream anymore, and needs to, you know, find herself. And I remember in that year was, I think, our second last campus tour that we did. Yeah, it was, I think, it was when I was pregnant, I sang it, and I remember the couple we were staying with said to me, Lily, why don't you, and he was American, Lily, why don't you ask God to help you dream again? Just say, God, help me dream again. And that's 2018. And I only started fully, and that was after I wrote the song.
Wow.
And from that time, I started praying that prayer.
We've been struggling.
And then 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022, it's 5 years. And I only actually started dreaming, like bold dreaming, as in like the dreaming that I had when I was like 14. this year.
Wow.
It's crazy, hey?
So you might think that God is not answering your prayer, but 5 years to God is like 5 minutes. Hallelujah, somebody. So just wait in your 5 years, because God is going to come and show up.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
And maybe God has already given you the answer.
Hey!
What word did God give you that you
actually got a word in 2018, dog?
Listen, it's a joke, but it's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
God came through.
Yee.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying.
That's crazy.
And it's not even like, and again, so talking about realities, there are many realities that we've had to still deal with this year. There are many practical frustrations that we still had to deal with. But the ability to get past the blockages that were in your mind and actually dream, like have an idea, believe in the idea enough to share the idea, not only with me, but with other people around you. And then take it a step further to actually do the thing. Yeah, like just to get to the place of having a concept was like, yeah, that had been so foreign for so long, and yet it used to be such a familiar place.
Yes.
And so I can relate. So even though I'm like, we're joking about the preaching thing, but I'm like, at that time in 2018, I was dead. I was actually, I became more dead. I didn't think I could become more dead that time, but I did. But so things definitely got worse before they got better.
Come on.
But to be able to actually think of something without having the monsters in your head saying, who do you think you are to think that? Why do you think that would have happened for you? Remember what happened last time. Remember how, like, because that's what I would deal with, to the point where people who had ideas used to irritate me. Like, and at that time I lived with an ideas guy. So it's like, Ishmael, like, because that joy, that excitement, I resented it in other people because I missed it in myself. Yeah. And so seeing it in other people made me, it's almost like it was a constant reminder of what I had lost, and such a big pulse. But I'm just like, it took 5 years from actually saying that prayer of God, help me dream again, which I didn't even realize was a prayer I could pray, because dreaming was such a part of me. To actually be like, yo, and to be able to dream despite like the hard stuff that we've had to go through. It's crazy, man.
Years later, bro.
You did, man. So that's.
And 2018, I feel like, as much as you just said you were unalive, I honestly thought, it's like that year was a bit tough. But not as tough as obviously the years that came after that. But we didn't know because we didn't live in the future. And I just thought, man, it's a phase, we'll be fine. Hey, Kanti, you're going to be unalive and unalive. Yo. And become the unalive, yes. Yay.
And alive full.
No, bro.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. But I think, in the vein, in all seriousness now, speaking of, unaliving and all, and just that, for me, the big thing I'm thankful for is mentally being at an actual good place. Because this time last year was so bad. Yeah. Was so, like, we're like, so to be able to, so I mean, I think for years, I didn't think being happy was possible. First of all, I didn't think it was possible for other people. I thought everybody was lying. And then I didn't think it was possible for me. And then once my diagnosis was, finally confirmed, I was like, yeah, vele. You know what I mean? But then I reached a point where I was like, and like, God, so if I have this thing that I don't know how to make go away, called depression, are you telling me I will never experience joy that you promise? I'll never experience peace. Like, let's talk about it. And so I started actively pursuing that. And I'm like, whoa, like I've actually been able to experience that despite the levels of darkness that are still there, which is crazy, which also makes those moments of joy that much better, that much bigger. So I am thankful for a level of mental stability. I'm thankful for the tools that I've learned of being able to choose in a moment what emotion or feeling to respond to. Because with mental illness, sometimes you don't know what's real and what's not real. And I think it's not, I don't always get it right, and you know, some days are harder than others, but it's like, oh, there's an amount of power that in my consciousness I do actually have, which I've been able to exercise in moments that have been like really, really difficult, or when I'm like super, super anxious. So I'm grateful for that.
That's
just
dope.
like, yeah, I'm definitely grateful for that. What else?
I'm grateful that we like hit a different level or a new level of friendship, especially after our tough week that we said, you know, we've been saying at some point we need to make a whole season of various 1 hour podcast episodes.
This was on Monday. This is on Tuesday. This is on Wednesday.
Loud.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But it's in those moments where I'm like, okay, like I didn't realize that there's like a level. You know, I know that there's levels to how deep our friendship is gonna get, because that's just, at least when we committed, and you know, we're in this for the long haul, and like, sure, we can't stay at the same place,
right?
Because life is gonna happen. We're gonna have more kids. It's just gonna, you know, Zaya's growing, you growing. Life is gonna change, so we're obviously gonna hit different depths of our friendship. But like, it felt like instead of like the floor opening, it's like the floor and the ground and the earth's core open, and I was like, "Ooh, I didn't know that we're gonna like be this tight." You know, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah, I think that's cool.
I love that. Yeah, I definitely feel. I never thought I could feel more like your friend. It does. I don't know how, if I'm explaining that. Like, when we were friends, I didn't think there was like, there's more friendship here.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. You know what I mean? Because I think somewhere in being married, I feel like we lost that, or not lost it, but it kind of.
The best
kind of started dimming out a bit. No, not even dimming out. The importance of it, maybe.
No, you know what the thing is? The best thing I've heard, nah? And shout outs to him for saying this. But he was like, friendship in a marriage is like the oil that helps us not scratch each other when our gears are grinding against each other.
Sure, okay.
Right? So the gears don't sit there and think, wow, thank you that we have oil. They're just grinding against each other. And that's what happens when we're fighting. And but then the friendship is the thing that says, fights are going to happen, but you guys are not going to hate each other after this, right? But if the friendship is not there, at the end of that fight, you're like, it's like, vele futhi. Who's even this person?
Sure.
Don't even want to be here, right?
Yeah.
But our fights have been like, proper skuri, gur. And then it's like, oh, shucks, like, that was necessary because it's life. We're going to have conflict. And this is my homie, so how do we, you know, move on from this conflict? And obviously it doesn't happen immediately, but I think it wasn't dim. It's the oil that moves in between that keeps us going, you know what I mean? Or part of what keeps us going. So yeah. But I think with the last crazy fight we had, I think then like the gear stopped moving, and then the oil was like, hey, okay, maybe you need to change, you know, oil filters. Oil is still there, but just change the filters, clean this thing up, blah, 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 you know. And then I was like, oh, smack, I didn't realize that we can.
Actually.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
No, that's good. The second thing would definitely be this podcast.
Yeah.
So what I'm thankful for specifically is you suggesting that we should start this podcast.
Yes.
Because I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yes.
Are we like, can we do? Not we. I didn't have doubt that you could do it.
Yeah.
It was a question whether I could do it. But that's just because of my own stuff that goes on in my head, self-doubt, all of that stuff. And just like how you were like, no, let's do this thing. Let's go. And like, it's been so awesome. It's been fun. Like, our community, you guys have been engaging with us. Like, we read every comment. And it's been really dope. And also, I think I did not consider the benefit it would have on us. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, because also this is the first thing we have worked on together since that last concert we did in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, if at all. But I mean, yeah. So we hadn't done.
Oh, besides the documentary, but that was easy.
Yeah, and I think.
And easy, I mean, not like to make it, but like we were in the same. It was our story. So.
Yeah, and I think we were sort of telling our individual stories at the same time, which happened to come together. But it was like, what I mean is like, you could have done that by yourself.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But this was like, okay, we're coming together, meeting of minds. Here's the vision. Here's the this. Here's that. And I'm like, I'm freaking. Every week, guys, you need to know, every week that we release anything, I'm freaking out. I freak out less and less and less, so that's good. But there is a level of freaking out that I go through, and Black has to remind me that, hey, dude, like this is part of the thing, you know, and like we're doing a good thing. And it's been a rewarding thing, a fulfilling thing.
Yeah, and shout outs to you guys for the like private messages you've sent.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking of a couple of people who have just said like, "Yo, man, like you guys have like been a part of our marriage." You know, just the conversations you having and how they like opening up chats in our home, etc., etc. Another friend of mine was like, "Yo, man, like you guys bring laughter into our household." You know,
Oh, that's cool. I love
dope.
that.
So I was like, "Yeah, man, that's cool, man. It's cool that again we could do this, and we continue doing it." You know, and I'm like, yeah, like we might get some feedback, but I don't even think we'll ever know to the fullest extent like what the influence and the impact of this thing is going to be, which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is fine, and but I think you know, never to stop and just to keep pushing and how this thing is going to evolve and be what it's going to be. You know, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking
of our community,
yes,
today actually, just I'm going to take a quick segue side road. I don't know, what does segue mean?
It means sanguine.
It's sanguine.
I'm going to the gate,
side.
To the gate, a sanguine.
What?
I'm a song, yeah. Sanguine is the gate.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so just very quickly, in light of community. So there's a member of this.
I know what the segue is. I don't know where it comes from, but anyway.
I wasn't asking for the historical.
That's fine.
The Latin root word. I just
Let me give you the Greek.
You know what it is? You know how like you can use a word,
Hebrew.
but like if I say to you, define cup, like you probably need to take a second to think, how would you define cup for like a non-English speaker? Or, you know what I mean? Like, what does cup mean? Do you get what I mean? So I'm like, so I wasn't doubting that you know how to use it. Anyway, so as I was trying to say, in this community, there's a third member of this couch that people don't see because he's behind the 3 cameras.
Oh, no, I thought you were speaking about ghosts, bro.
Wow, the Holy Ghost.
No, I was like, this chick better not tell me there's a guy sitting here.
Why?
Like,
when have I ever? What are you even
I'm like,
saying?
you must take those things out because the Tigoloshis of Father Christmas
What are you
are working on you now. I'm like, hey,
so random.
This whole time that we've been doing this podcast, Black, I've just been seeing a guy sit. I'm like, born again. There was a thing I watched where this dude, I was like, some of these stories, you know, when somebody says they've gone to heaven or hell, I'm like, next level, when
the early worm catches the corn.
No, the early bird.
The early bird catches
Our
the
grandmothers.
corn. Our grandmothers.
No, not even. My grandmothers
Yes.
used to say, the early bird catches the corn. I'm like,
where's the corn going?
why is the corn run? The corn doesn't run, though. It doesn't need to be caught. And why would a bird get up to be like, hey, the corn that's going to be here the whole day, I need to get up early.
Get it now.
Wow.
Anyway.
You're born.
Yeah, you're saying heaven and hell.
There was a dude who was on some other thing that I'm not going to give it time to. And then is like, yeah, you know, there's always these angels following me, you know. And I can see them. And then he goes, even now. Yeah. One is just sitting above you. I'm like,
I knew someone like that.
Yeah, born again.
After all, we were like,
I'm like, we are born again, father. We are born again, father.
Anyway.
Elliot.
I was trying to get to a special shout out to someone in our community.
Yes.
So the third person who's not on the couch, whose name you read in the credits, his wife, Eleanor, if you're watching. And if you're not watching, Grace, you better make sure Eleanor watches this part.
When's Eleanor's birthday again?
Today!
Hey,
That's the whole
she's
point.
Not watching. She's not watching.
Happy birthday to Eleanor.
Hey, your birthday is today, Elena.
Right? Like, imagine having a birthday on the 26th of December.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
I remember
people
saying,
still
like,
ask, when is your birthday?
No one remembers your birthday. If your birthday is on the 26th or the 1st,
sorry. Sorry.
The people who have the best birthdays, 31st of December.
I mean, yeah, your birthday has to be a party.
Because even if your birthday is not a party,
it will.
You are groovy. Regardless, you're in groove mode. Where now?
But I'm just thinking, as a woman who has to give birth on New Year's Eve, flip, man, that's rough.
Like, I pray that you find a nurse that is not a groovist. Because if you find a groovist nurse,
or like in the hospital where people have had fights. Anyway, but this segment was to wish Eleanor happy birthday.
I didn't think about that. Anyway, shout out, Elena. Well done for having your birthday not forgotten by the couch. You the ghost.
She's the ghost. Anyway,
I'm grateful for Grace.
No, we are. He's the third silent member.
Yeah, we thankful. Grace is my dad for anybody who's wondering. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, we need to do a podcast on these daddy issues.
Thanks, Dad.
That are surfacing.
Who says I have daddy issues? My dad is here behind the camera.
Okay.
Thanks, Dad, for being such a dope dad who comes to work with me. Dad who's younger than you. Yeah, things happen. Don't you believe in miracles?
Yeah, but there's a point where
I believe in miracles. So Lillian.
Wow, are we still doing Lillian as we go into 2024?
I'll call you Lillian till we die. Girl.
Like you used to give me cool names.
I'm old now.
No, but like you give other people cool names.
Like that.
Like if Black knows you, like in real life, and you don't have a cool variation of your name, you need to suspect whether like he actually likes you.
I shall not confirm, not deny.
You used to call me Lily Building and Bills. It was so cool. Now I'm Lillian.
Wow. I've told you this before, but I grew up with Sis Lillian, who's like related to my dad in some way. I think she's
because all Lillians are old except me.
Yeah, but that's you. That's why I'm like, like whoever gets an old name now, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be stuffed in 20 years time.
Margaret,
you're gonna be stuffed. Make sure, like, anyway. But I didn't realize Sis Lillian, and she wasn't. I don't know. We called her Sis Lillian because the elders called her that, but she wasn't. She was my grandmother technically. Yeah. But I didn't realize her name was Lillian.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Wait, what?
You don't, and you whoever here, like you probably have aunts whose names are like, even a common name like Margaret. But because Kirahari Margaret,
in your mind, that's the whole name.
That's the whole name. Yes. And then you go to school with a Margaret, I meet you and you're a Lillian. I'm like, no connection, bro. And then one day I'm like, Sis Lillian. Oh, Lillian is Lillian. Oh, she's Lily.
That's my wife's name.
Wow.
I miss those realizations that you'd have as a child.
Yeah, that's
like,
part of
that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's why I tell Zaya all the lies. That I'm like, your eyes will be square if you watch too much TV.
Yeah.
Your eyes are when she fakes crying, I tell her that her eyes are gonna turn a funny shape. What funny shape? I'm like, I don't know, but it's gonna be a funny shape. Like, and then she goes, okay.
And then I'm like, if you continue, just continue complaining like this, your face will turn into an old lady complaining face, and you always look like you're complaining the whole time.
And like, when I'm lying.
And then she's like, okay.
So I'm like, and it'll be wonderful as she ages for her to realize that they were all lies. Like how my mom told me tomatoes make your blood red, and I hate tomatoes.
And you still
I ate them because I watched Outer Limits where the person's blood was green, and I was like, in my mind, if I don't eat my tomatoes, my blood won't be red.
They ate lettuce, that's why.
Perhaps, but not tomatoes, definitely.
Exactly. You should eat red apples and tomatoes. Bro.
So, and now that I'm old, I'm like, I don't need to eat tomatoes. I'm a grown-up.
Exactly. I told Zaya the other day that if she eats too much popcorn, her stomach will explode. And then she's like, okay.
But she was on like the fourth bowl. It was too much. We needed to correct that.
I don't want popcorn, then it's fine. And And then I think you had the scuffed with the popcorn. You left it or you gave it to her something, and then she went to her room to go eat it. And then
what a scammer.
And then she ate. So I saw her and I'm like, it's fine. And then she went into her room, chatted. Came out of her room, bro. Hero stance. Babu, my stomach is not exploding. It's not exploding.
Wow, that is a person committed to the cause. Because in her mind, it could have exploded. And
like,
she was willing to take
it, bro.
the risk.
You went and risked your stomach exploding,
like,
girl.
you know, I want to see this thing.
You were thought.
The time is now. We're eating this popcorn.
I am thankful for her.
I can't remember. Were you making a point? I lost track.
I am thankful for her. Right. Anyway, I think this has been great. People need to go back home to their uncles that they're running away from. So we're gonna end this episode, man. Part of our gratitude is things we're probably thankful for people watching. What would you say to them in closing? What are you thankful for that they obviously supporting us? There might be specific things that you're thankful for. Like, I'm thankful.
Why do I feel like I don't understand your question? Yeah. And yet it sounds like it's easily understandable.
I am thankful that people, whoever subscribed, because when we left the YouTubes, I think we're sitting on like 1,500. And then by the time we came back and released content now towards the end of the year, at least we like at 1,006 something now. So I'm thankful for every new subscriber. So shout outs to you guys and for recommending this stuff to other people.
Yeah, that's actually where I was gonna go.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm thankful for people who watch, for those who watch and watch the whole thing. Yeah. And they not only just watch it but share it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to like. You don't have to comment. But the thing you really don't have to do is send a link to someone who might just like ignore you or whatever.
Who
so
might
the fact
treat
that
you like a telemarketer.
Yeah. So the fact that like if you're that person who's like, hey, check this out, or sharing the content on Instagram, it's really cool. Like I think it's dope. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. So thank you guys, man. Thank you for riding with us. Thank you, for feedback, for the love, for everything else. We are grateful. We are thankful.
Thankful for my subscribers.
Hallelujah.
I'm thankful for the people who comment on my YouTube videos. I'm thankful for the people who like and the people who click the notification bell.
If we have a church now, we must take this couch. And you know where the throne sits in front. Yes, just put this couch there.
Oh my god!
And have like the same setup. If I don't feel like going to the pulpit, I'll preach from here.
Yeah, but you could just say the Spirit is leading you, and people will be like, okay. I went to a church where the lady had a little like mat for her feet, fuzzy mat. I want that when we have this church.
Bro, I get the honor, Mara.
No, it's too much. It's too much. But also, we are not like attention people. Yes, we're on a public platform, but I would never do that because it's too. Like it just says everybody look at me. I don't like that. So even I remember when we used to do our events when we'd be invited to perform. I hated sitting in front on the throne with the mint and the because it felt like you putting me in like you separated me from the people. I am the people. So but hey, if that's like the church you go to, it's okay. It's just was a bit awkward for us. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about this.
Because of the couch.
Okay.
So yo man, we'll see you guys next year.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Definitely dropping an episode top of the year. So pull through for that, man. It's going to be dope. It's going to be fire.
Oh, you know what I forgot to share about the White Christmas as we cut to credits? I then, at like 12 years old, tried to change it to like, I'm dreaming of a brown Christmas.
Wow. That sounds sad.
Sounds
a
dirty.
Brown Christmas sounds sad.
And I was trying to like talk about the sun. And, like,
wow. Maybe a yellow Christmas,
no,
but a brown Christmas, dog. Yo, like I just see dust.
I know.
It's like having Christmas in August.
Yeah, like anyway.
Dust and yo.
Merry Christmas, guys. Stay safe. Happy New Year. We'll see you
Merry.
next year.
Yippee!
Yap, 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 yap.
Yeah.